All right, so there's a couple of topics that's going on right now. You got people saying that Tank should retire. They're talking about he getting stripped. You got Timothy Bradley talking about he's done with boxing. Now, I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan, Terence Crawford fan. To everybody that think I'm a Tank hater, I'm a Pac-Tard. Spence lovers, I'm a Pac-Tard. But let's get something straight. Let's just get this thing straight right now. Pacquiao is 46. And in order for you to get Pacquiao out of boxing, you're going to have to knock him out. That's it. Like I said, he's here to exploit the new generation. And anybody that goes 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao in this era got issues and problems. No young fighter should be going 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao at this time and moment. Now, if you give Manny Pacquiao momentum, and what I'm saying is, he's been off 4 years. He did a 2-month training camp. He came off and he fought Mario Barrios. Regardless if you think it's a draw or he got cheated or robbed or Barrios won, I'm not here for that right now. I'm not here for that. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't have gone 12 rounds. Okay, so it became a draw. So now you're giving him momentum. Next is Rolando Romero if the PBC decides to do that. And that's more momentum. Okay, being off and coming back and then having another training camp could be an issue. Okay, because now you're giving this man momentum like muscle memory. Okay, even though he's been off for 4 years, once you give him momentum, he gets his timing back and his stability back because he was off balance a lot. Even at 46, he could be a problem. So just because he's old, I'm not just saying that because I'm not saying that Tank is going to lose to Manny. No, I expect Tank or anybody in this era to beat Manny, but at the same time, I see Manny Pacquiao exploiting this era. I just see I'm not looking for miracles and mythical miracles and stuff like that. But at the same time, if it's anybody that could do it, Manny could do it. And the way I see it, if he do decide, well, if Tank decides to fight Manny, right, because it's his choice, not the PBC will put it on his platter. And as I showed you in my last video, I showed proof that Tank did say he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. He did say he's going to call Al Haymon. Okay? So, regardless if you say it's the PBC that's doing this and pushing this in Tank's face, no. I'm not hearing that. It's Tank that wants this fight. And if Tank is not there in his mind mentally, and this is what Timothy Bradley, I'm reading in between the lines with Timothy Bradley saying, it's Tank beating Tank. It's not Manny Pacquiao beating Tank. This is the way I see it. There's a gray area to this, but sometimes when you speak, you don't really say what you really mean because you just blur out. And I'm not making excuses for Tim Bradley. I'm not. I'm explaining it how Captain Fu see it. And I'm saying Tank will beat Tank. Now, I always like Tank. I always say I like the smaller dude doing miracles and doing the impossible. And when people say, nah, he's too small, nah. So there's something that I see in Tank that I always like. All right, I'm a Tank fan, but I just hate, you know what it is with me? I hate to see that we have so much talent and we burn it and we lose it because once we get up on top, we think we're bigger than boxing. That's my problem with my peoples, man. That's my biggest problem with my peoples. They never stay focused. Stay focused like Terence Crawford. I'm looking for boxers, young boxers that would represent boxing and say, no, the outside is not more important than boxing inside of that 4 square circle. I mean, that 4 square. Once I'm in that area, that's important. When I'm outside of boxing, boxing's still important because I'm training. I'm focused. I don't need to be emotional retarded when it comes to the world and thinking I'm bigger than boxing. I could go act and I could do this and I could do that. Those things are secondary. Yeah, and once we understand that we're not bigger than boxing, I could see an era like when I grew up in the 80s with Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, blah, 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 and all these, where we dominated boxing. Now, I don't care what color you are, But it was a time where black people dominated boxing, okay? Whether it was in America or UK or whatever, we dominated boxing, okay? And we had so much talent. We had so much fast twitch fibers. We had so much talent. And I'm trying to be biased and saying that we're better in boxing than any other race. And that's not what I'm saying, because everybody have their specialties. The problem is that we have tools that we're not using because we're losing because of outside activity. If it's not getting arrested at a club, getting into a fight because we emotionally imbalanced, if it's not your baby mama, if it's not this, if it's not that, if it ain't, it's just so much drama. Being lame is okay, bro. Being lame and just learning your craft and doing what you're supposed to do in boxing, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if other boxers want you to represent boxing and not be lame and be hood and do this and do that, fine. But this is what comes with it. This is what comes with it. Issues and problems. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao did not hold up this division. We still didn't see Tank versus Devin, Tank versus Shakur, Shakur versus Devin. These are the fights we've been talking about over and over and over again. And now that Pacquiao stepped on the scene, it's like, oh, he's interrupting the flow. He's interrupting the flow, right? All this foolishness. All this foolishness. And I hate to hear this shit. And I always say, if Floyd Mayweather, right? I don't have my chicken with me right now, but that's what I call my chicken. Floyd Mayweather had came back and satisfied a part two May pack. And Mayweather would have beat him the second time, or it would have been a draw, right? Or Pacquiao made one, and then we got a trilogy. But see, I know when fighters say, nah, I did it good the first time, I don't need to do it again. I know that these kind of fighters that talk like that, they don't want lightning to strike twice. They don't want they feel like, nah, man, I ain't taking that chance, man, because I might not do it the second time around. Lightning don't strike twice. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, if you want to blame anybody, blame Floyd Mayweather for not coming back, because regardless if you think this man is broke or what's the reason he's coming back, it doesn't matter. He has an iconic name and he's going to come back. Now, this thing about being stripped. Tank being stripped, I don't care. And I'm going to tell you why I don't care. Because I believe it's the promoters doing what they're supposed to do to put their icon fighters, or not icon, but the fighter at that moment in time to be the star attraction and bring in revenue. They're going to do anything under the table. They're going to slip that brown bag under the table. And it's up to the sanction body to keep taking that brown bag. Right? I can give you an example what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it's a brown paper bag. It's allegedly. But there's fighters that get stripped. There's fighters that don't get stripped. Right? And I know Tank has a date where he's going to have to go through and see what's going on. But at the end of the day, he's at 135. Manny Pacquiao's at 147. So if he do get stripped, Tank is bigger than boxing. Bigger than the belt. I know, I'm sorry. This is how they fans think. They're bigger than boxing. And I'm trying to tell you, this is what gets them in trouble, right? So my mind is a little flustered, right? I think too fast sometimes, right? But he is bigger than the belt. He don't need a belt. He say he don't care about a belt. I only use the words that Tank use. I try to use the words that these fighters use against them, but not just against them, to say that I'm not saying this. It's not coming out caps and full mouth. It's coming out their mouth, and I'm repeating it. And then the Tank fans get mad when I repeat what he says. He said, I don't care about the Tanks. When he fought Gamboa, he's about to fight Gamboa. He said, I'll fight him for free. No, not for free, but I don't care about those belts. I remember that. He was hanging his big head out the car, the Suburban, saying, nah, I'll fight him. Nah, I'll fight him, not for free, but F those belts. But he even said it more than one time about the belts, and he don't care about the belts. So regardless if he gets stripped or not. Listen, man, let me give you an example about how Manny Pacquiao got stripped by the WBA, Mendoza, right? Is his name Mendoza or something like that? Let me give you an example.
This is going to be a good fight. I mean, we're going to settle down our the belt, the WBA belt.
So what you're talking about, for those who don't know, Manny Pacquiao was stripped of the title that your Dennis Ugas has. Ugas was elevated from regular champion to super champion, but now you are the challenger even though you didn't lose the belt in the ring. So it means a lot for you to be able to regain your championship.
It means a lot. I mean, I just need to prove it that it's not good for someone to took the belt without fighting me. So.
I'm not going to make this out of Manny Pacquiao, because this is more about Tank, this video, right? But as you can see, you know, as a Pactard or whatever you want to call me, I have my conspiracy. You know, Spence was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. Then he got out that situation because of his eye. And then I think Manny Pacquiao at the time, if I can recall, got a 2-week notice on Ugas, or 11-day notice, something like that, right? And he was preparing for Spence, a southpaw, then he ended up getting Ugas, right? And now people will say, well, Manny Pacquiao fought so many styles, but you have to be mentally prepared to fight somebody, all right? And they got in the ring, but they already elevated regular Ugas to champion, and they stripped Manny Pacquiao, right? And I'm saying, well, sometimes I feel like it's a conspiracy, because if you could get Ugas to be the champion, and then later on in the future, which did happen, Errol Spence fought Ugas and got the belt, and then he fought Garcia, if I can recall, right? It felt like a setup. But why be fucking crying about something that's already done? I'm not crying and bitching, all right? Like some of these motherfucking channels like Knockout 86. Oh, y'all crying because they gonna strip the man. Man, fuck that. If he gets stripped, he gets stripped. That means the promotion, whatever, sees something going on more than what it is, and they see there's no hope for Tank Davis, okay? And by the way, after the fact that the WBA stripped Manny Pacquiao, they apologized to Manny Pacquiao. After they got the brown paper, allegedly, they got the brown paper bag under the table, and they did the actions what they did. You know what this man did? He apologizes to this man and say, you know what, we're going to give you a life belt. Now, is this coming out of my words, or do I have proof? Ninjas, Caps, and Full got proof. Send them, come, right? Now, come now.
Good. Thank you. ¿Cómo
Andrea. How are you? Thank you for being such a nice gentleman. Thank you. Thank you for all understanding. I know you have a long time in the business, you know, but I was fooled, but I'm sorry about it.
No, it's okay.
I was fooled.
No problem.
I know, but
It'll be settled tonight in the ring.
You don't need to say sorry. Just you're doing your job, and
But anyways, I had to do it personal, Manny, because you have behaved like a real gentleman, and you teach lessons to others, you know. So it's kind of anyway.
But did you let him know about the 100 years and the centennial?
Yes, that's one of the things. After the fight, I don't know if I'll go directly to Manila because I know you're busy there. You're going to be where this is 100 years of WBA centennial year. You're going to be a champion, like already for life. You know, I have a belt that you don't made the process. He's getting the ring. It's going to come to resolution afterward. It doesn't matter whatever it is.
I appreciate it.
I didn't want to bother you for the fight.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy it, and I hope to see you soon in Manila. Give you the belt and everything else.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Just let me know. You can put it.
Of course.
We'll see you tonight.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bros.
Gracias.
Thank you. We go picture and Joe.
After all the fuckery with the promotion, the promoters, the PBC, and that's why I said they're very sketchy over there, and they do things. And they hook up narratives and shit like it. But this is just a conspiracy, and I'm not bitching and I'm moaning. It just so happened that Spence ended up not have to fight Manny Pacquiao, but end up fighting Ugas and got the, not the regular, but the super champion, or the real belt of the WBA. And then this president wants to say, you know, I don't know what got into me. Yeah, we know what got into you. We know what got into your pockets. We know what got into your pockets. But this is all allegedly, and we're going to move on because this is about Tank. This is not about Manny, okay? And Do Manny have a chance in the ring? It depends on where Tank mind is. Tank is very talented. So don't get this shit twisted, all right? But at the same time, is his mind into boxing or his mind is somewhere else? It happens to the best. Keith Thurman, he went and played his flute, meditated, went up to the Himalayas, dealt with his wife, right? Did all kinds of shit. Now he's back trying to ask everybody, I'm ready to fight. I only had one loss. I got a 0. Show me that whatever, right? He ready to call everybody out. Errol Spence, he's going through his shit. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know. I don't believe to tell no man to retire. I've been telling you this about Manny, and I'm going to tell you this about Tank. And I'm telling you the truth, man. I don't think no man should tell another man when to retire, especially if you ain't got a name or an iconic name. And they all get stripped. For a narrative and a promoter and the money and whatever. And who sets the standards of who's selling and blah, blah, blah. It's all politics. And that's why I told Manny, I didn't care for you to be in politics, man. If you're going to help your people and you want to share the wealth, put your name on churches, schools, businesses, whatever, roads, whatever. You don't need to be a politician. You don't need to be a president. Just keep doing what you're doing in boxing, dog. And you'll be bigger than the president. Anybody thinks about Philippines, they're thinking about Manny Pacquiao. So now, this thing with Tank, his baby mama, I'm not going to get to all that. I just hope that, I think it's on the 19th, go to court, all this gets resolved. And he keeps his mind on boxing, not thugging out, not getting into drama every minute, all right? You see, there's people that go to jail. There's boxers that have been going to jail. But it depends on your morals and how you go about going to jail, right? Or get into certain situations. I'll give you an example. Muhammad Ali, he stand for what he believed in. He didn't want to go to no war. He didn't want to get drafted. He didn't want to do anything in that. And he went to jail. All right? When stuff like that happens, I can understand it. But all this self-inflicted wounds over your emotional retardation, man, and this one is making you blow a spark plug in your brain, and then allegedly you want to put your hands on her, and allegedly this and that. At the end of the day, you see Terrence Crawford, he gets up in the morning, goes back to sleep. Even he had his problems when he wanted to get his vehicle out the garage and so and so and so, right? But you live and you learn, and you and Tank, I hope you learn, man. Because I don't care if you from the slums of the Philippines or you from the streets of Baltimore, dog. You're not on the same level of these brothers that's in Baltimore. Yeah, you came from there. But now you're a special person. You're very special. You got talent, dog. And you want to act like this when you up here like that? We are not equal, dog. We are not equal. These brothers on the streets that you hang and you thug and you represent, yes, I understand. You representing, dog. But these dudes here that you representing, most of them, I hope, feel like, damn, at least one of them got out the hood. At least one of them is representing and showing the talent that's coming out of Baltimore or the slums of the Philippines. Like, come on, dog. You gotta have this here mentally. Not every time somebody call you something, or some simple man as me, or somebody call you something, you ready to put hands on them and go to, nah, man. All that anger, that chip on your shoulder, put it in the ring, dog. Put it on Roach. Put it on Manny. This is what fucking irritates me. This is what fucking irritates me, man. And this is why I be so hard on my peoples, man. This is why I be so fucking hard on my peoples, dog. Because this is fucked up. It's fucked up, yo. Just get the shit together. Stop looking for fucking smoke screens and fucking problems, man. Just get the fuck in the ring, man. Boxing don't wait for nobody, dog. I know I have channels saying, well, Lamar Roach, he needs to wait. They don't wait for Tank, dog. Don't wait for Tank. Sharpen up your fucking tools, dog. Sharpen up your tools. I don't care who you fight. Sharpen up your tools, man. Get your fucking ass up in there and keep it moving. And Tank is doing the foolishness and the buffoonery, and they fans keep making excuses. This is what I'm talking about, this era, yo. And I can't keep making videos on boxing all the time. But I'm hearing Timothy Bradley say things that has some truth to it, but it's not all true, man. I don't believe that you should be telling... If we kept telling Manny to retire, you will never see him be the oldest welterweight champion, being Keith Thurman. If we told George Foreman it's over and you can't do it, and you can't make it up the rankings to fight more, we will never see it. Stop telling another man what the... Any pussy motherfucking cunt hole tells another man what to do is a bitch-ass ninja. Especially retiring. That shit don't fly with me, man. I've been telling you about this with Manny. I'm going to tell you this with Tank. Stop fuckery. Stop the fuckery, man. Stop the fucking talk. Let the man fucking box. If this man retired in his mind and he's doing it for the money, he goes in the ring, don't make no excuses for this man, man. He checked out. This man checked out. Yeah, we want Tank to be 100% in the Roach fight and the Manny Pacquiao fight. Now, like I said, if you are new to my channel and you're not seeing what I'm saying, I said that I want, hey, how you doing? I want Roach and Tank to fight before I want Manny Pacquiao and Tank to fight. Regardless if I'm a Pac-Tard or not, this man has unfinished business. Just like I wanted Canelo to fight Benavidez. But he picked motherfucking Terrence Crawford and prepare for an ass whipping, Canelo. That's my opinion. All right? But we got to do the impossible. All these new fighters, what the fuck is Boots need a tune-up? You should be... That's why I said when this Boots and Terrence Crawford thing was fucking going on, I'm like, yeah, man, this nigga really showing his ass now. Nigga talking about he needs fucking tune-ups. The fuck you need tune-ups? Did Terrence Crawford get a tune-up to fight Madrimov at 154? He went straight up and did the shit. What the fuck is going on with this fucking generation? And then they want somebody to give them millions of dollars for some fucking tune-ups? Nigga, take that shit to Eddie Hearn or whatever the fuck and then come back and see Turkey Al-Sheikh when it's time to see it. This you're talking about, he's the phenomenon. So do some fucking phenomenal things, dog. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck, bro? Listen, Tank should not retire. He should not get stripped, but if he gets stripped, big fucking whoop-de-doo. This shit happens to the good ones, the bad ones, and whatever narrative the promoters want to push, or if they feel like there's no hope for Tank, and they say, yo, let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's get somebody else. You know, it's all what's going on in Tank. Tank is the fucking ruler of his own creation and his own next step in life. But don't listen to these people about you need to retire and you need to get stripped. As a fucking Pac-Tard, I'm letting you know right now, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. And when that time comes, I don't want to hear no excuses. Don't tell me his brain is there and his body is fucking in the ring, but his brain is somewhere else. If this man sold out to boxing and he's like, he don't want to be in boxing, that's something we can't help and we can't make excuses. Listen, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. I do mix the lies with the truth and the truth with the lies, but at the end of the day, you love lies and you hate the truth. Now go fuck off, man. Go jerk off. What the fuck you want to do, you fucking fan, fucking fanatic? What the fuck? Go, man, fuck you.